Spoilers for Thursday of Our Lives as the drama in Salem intensifies. Thursday, March 6th and Friday, March 7th bring major revelations, shocking misunderstandings, and emotional turmoil. E.J. DiMera confides in his right-hand associate. Alex jumps to a dangerous conclusion about Stephanie, and Jada struggles with overwhelming guilt. Meanwhile, on Friday, Holly and Tate's relationship is tested by secrets. Kristen enforces a long-standing promise, and Marlena receives devastating news about John. With relationships on the line and mysteries deepening, these episodes are packed with can't-miss moments. Read on for all the spoilers and details. Thursday, March 6th, brings another day of intrigue, misunderstandings, and guilt to Salem. One of the most interesting developments comes from E.J. DiMera, who finds himself confiding in his corporate henchwoman and right-hand associate, Rita. Her sharp wit and no-nonsense attitude make her a standout presence whenever she's on screen, providing a refreshing contrast to E.J.'s often serious and calculating demeanor. Their conversation may shed some light on the fate of Arnold Feniger, the alternate identity of Rafe Hernandez. With Arnold seemingly out of Salem for the time being, fans will be left wondering what truly happened behind the scenes and whether his absence is temporary or permanent. Meanwhile, Alex Kyriakis stumbles upon information that leads him to a premature and potentially explosive conclusion. He overhears a conversation about a pregnancy test, and instead of waiting for the facts, he jumps to an assumption, one that could spell disaster for his relationship with Stephanie. Given their recent rekindling, it would be far too soon for Alex to be the father of any child she might be carrying. But if not him, then who? The obvious conclusion he might draw is that the baby, if there is one, belongs to Philip Kyriakis. This situation has all the makings of a classic Salem misunderstanding. One that could spiral out of control if Alex doesn't handle it carefully. Will he confront Stephanie directly and demand answers? Or will he quietly wait to see if she confesses the truth on her own? And if she is pregnant, is it even Philip's child? Or is there another player in the game, one Alex hasn't even considered? With emotions running high, secrets simmering, and the potential for serious fallout, this revelation could be the beginning of a tangled web of deception, heartbreak, and shifting alliances. Meanwhile, across town, Jada Hunter is struggling under the crushing weight of guilt. The aftermath of her one-night stand with Sean Brady is tormenting her, leaving her riddled with regret. While some might argue that it wasn't truly cheating, in Jada's mind, it was a betrayal, one she may never be able to forgive herself for. As she attempts to navigate her feelings, she is also on a mission to trigger Rafe's memories, hoping to help him recover lost pieces of his identity. But what exactly does she believe happened? Does she suspect that the man she was with wasn't really Arnold, but Rafe himself suffering from amnesia? Or has she somehow uncovered irrefutable proof that Rafe is back and that everything she believed up until this point has been a lie? Either way, her journey toward the truth is bound to be filled with painful revelations and emotional turmoil. Friday on Days of Our Lives. Holly, Tate, Kristen, and Marlena as the week draws to a close on Friday, March 7th. The drama in Salem only intensifies. Holly Jonas and Tate Black find themselves locked in an argument over Doug 3, a situation that is quickly becoming a major source of tension between them. Holly, desperate to keep a dark secret hidden, urges Tate to remain silent about the necklace he stole. But how much does Tate actually know? Has Holly been completely honest with him, or is she carefully choosing what details to reveal? If she confesses that she lent Doug 3 money to pay off his debt, it could further complicate matters and place an even greater strain on her relationship with Tate. Secrets have a way of surfacing in Salem, and if this one gets out, the consequences could be dire. Elsewhere, Kristen is holding her mother, Rachel Blake, to a promise that could change everything. The nature of this vow remains unclear, but given Kristen's history, it's bound to be something manipulative and self-serving. Kristen is not known for making promises lightly, and if she's insisting that Rachel uphold her end of the bargain, it's likely to have serious ramifications for those around them. Meanwhile, Steve Johnson finds himself offering a shoulder to lean on for Marlena Evans, who is reeling from devastating news about John Black. Marlena's world is shattered when she learns that John has gone missing, and the uncertainty of his fate leaves her grasping for answers. Steve, ever the loyal friend, is determined to support her in any way he can. Together, they embark on a journey to track down someone who may hold the key to John's whereabouts. Who is this mysterious person? And what shocking truth will they uncover? At the same time, Brady Black is struggling to cope with the heartbreaking news about his father's disappearance. In his moment of vulnerability, he turns to Ava for comfort. The two share an emotionally charged conversation, opening up about their fears, regrets, and unresolved feelings. Brady, normally guarded with his emotions, allows himself to be raw and honest with Ava. He confesses his sorrow, and in doing so, their connection deepens in an unexpected way. Could this be the beginning of something more between them? Or will their shared grief only serve as a temporary bond, one that will ultimately lead to more pain? As the week wraps up, Salem is left in a state of upheaval. Secrets are hanging in the balance, relationships are being tested, and long-standing mysteries are inching closer to the surface. With so many unresolved tensions and unanswered questions, one thing is certain: next week in Salem is bound to be just as thrilling, heartbreaking, and unpredictable as ever. Stephanie confides in Kayla, is Joy pregnant? On the latest episode of Days of Our Lives, which aired on Wednesday, March 5th, tensions ran high at University Hospital as Stephanie sought comfort and advice from her mother, Dr. Kayla Brady. What started as a simple conversation quickly turned into a revelation that could shake Alex Kyriakis to his core. A troubling discovery: Stephanie arrived at the hospital to check in with Kayla, but before they could even finish their small talk, Kayla mentioned an issue with the flash drive Stephanie had given her. However, it didn't take long for her motherly instincts to kick in. Stephanie was clearly distracted. Sensing that something was weighing heavily on her daughter's mind, Kayla pressed her for the truth. Reluctantly, Stephanie admitted that she had stumbled upon something potentially life-altering. Joy might be pregnant. Kayla was immediately taken aback. Stephanie clarified that she didn't know for certain, but she had overheard Dr. Sarah Horton making a discreet call to order a pregnancy test for Joy. It wasn't as if Sarah had been announcing it to the world, but even so, the mere fact that she was making the request had sent Stephanie into a spiral of speculation. Could the baby be Alex's? As the weight of the situation settled over them, Stephanie couldn't shake the feeling that if Joy was indeed pregnant, there was only one likely father: Alex. The thought sent her reeling. She and Alex had worked hard to put Joy behind them, convincing themselves that chapter of their lives was firmly closed. But if Joy was carrying his child, everything they had tried to move past would come rushing back. The emotions, the complications, the unfinished business, it was all too much to process. Kayla, always the voice of reason, reminded Stephanie that there was no confirmation yet. For all they knew, Joy had taken the test for an entirely different reason. But Stephanie couldn't shake her gut feeling. If Sarah was involved, then there had to be a real medical concern. It wasn't as if Sarah would be careless about something so serious. An ethical dilemma. Stephanie, desperate for answers, turned to her mother for a favor. "Can you check the lab results?" she asked hesitantly. But Kayla didn't hesitate in her response. She firmly shut down the idea, explaining that accessing Joy's medical records without her consent would be a serious violation of patient confidentiality and HIPAA laws. Not only would it be unethical, but it could put Kayla and the hospital in legal jeopardy. Stephanie knew her mother was right, but that didn't make the uncertainty any easier to bear. "I just don't know what to do," Stephanie confessed. "If Joy is pregnant, how do I tell Alex?" Kayla sighed, sympathy in her eyes. "You don't," she said gently. "This isn't your news to share, sweetheart." Keeping secrets, Stephanie was torn. She wasn't thinking about Joy, her concern was Alex. If this baby was his, he had a right to know. But Kayla reminded her that it wasn't her place to intervene. If Joy was pregnant, she would have to be the one to tell Alex. There was always the possibility that Joy wouldn't say anything at all. As much as Stephanie hated the idea of keeping this from Alex, she knew her mother was right. It wasn't her secret to tell. If Joy decided to keep the pregnancy to herself, then that was her choice, no matter how much it might affect Alex's life. Still, the uncertainty was agonizing. The what-ifs were endless. And for Stephanie, the worst part was knowing that, one way or another, this situation was bound to explode. For now, all she could do was wait. And hope that the truth, whatever it may be, wouldn't tear everything apart. Stay tuned to Days of Our Lives as this dramatic storyline continues to unfold. Will Joy confirm the pregnancy? And if so, how will Alex handle the news?